So, good afternoon, investors and corporate. Welcome to Digital Roadshow Third Quarter 2024 Performance Review. This section will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Company will start the section by 30-minute presentation, followed by 15-minute Q&A. And during Q&A, investor may leave your question in meeting room chat box or use raise your hand function. We will open your microphone so you can ask the question to the company directly. So may I now invite THORESEN Thai Agency, a public company limited, to start the presentation.
Good afternoon, all investors. Today you are here with TTA or THORESEN Thai Agency. The management who joined us today for the presentation of the third Q results are Kun Katarat Sukhsawang, our Group CFO.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Kun Achariya Angsutham, Director of Treasury and Investor Relations. Kun Wuttichai Kuprutiwong, Assistant Director of Consolidation and Business Performance Analysis. Today, our presentation will start with company overview, financial performance, market outlook, and we end the session with the Q&A. Let me start with the company overview. TTA or THORESEN Thai Agency established over 100 years ago with the business of the shipping. And for the shipping, TTA was ranked in top 3 for the TCE performance in 2023 and top 3 for the 6th consecutive year of the top TCE, and is the only one company. We have global presence in 10 countries and 3 continental. Our structure of the shareholder is our main shareholder is Mahakisri family, holding about 37.3% of the total share, and mainly our shareholder are local investor. TTA listed in SET and CAA also ranked by the SET ESG rating as the AA rating in last year 2023 for SET ESG, and recently CCA just received the TRIS rating of BBB+ with stable outlook in September 2024. For the portfolio of the company, our business can be divided to 5 segments. First one is shipping or dry bulk shipping, which contribute about 19% of total revenue in the third quarter. Secondly is offshore service, which is TTA hold 55.2% and contribute to revenue of 60%. We provide subsea service and cable laying service and decommissioning and transportation and installation service to the oil and gas company. The third one is offshore, agrochemical segment. We sell and we have production plant in Vietnam to sell fertilizer, pesticide, and we also have factory area management service in Vietnam. Fourth is the food and beverage, which we have with Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. We're holding 70%, contribute about 7% of our revenue. And lastly, other investment contribute about 3%. For our EBITDA structure, mainly the revenue, the structure of the EBITDA came from shipping and offshore service more than 90%, almost 90%. Move on to the next one, the financial performance. I would like to invite Kun Achariya to present on this section.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So for the financial highlight, like Kun Vipada mentioned about EBITDA, so TTA report EBITDA for this quarter at 1.03 billion baht, The main contribution of the EBITDA mainly come from two segments, including shipping and offshore services. For the net TCE rate of the shipping, we're at $13,668 per day, with the OPEC at $4.5K per day, which is better than the industry by 13%. The break-even costs were at $8.7K per day. The shipping business reported net profit to TTA at 306 million baht, which increased 11% Y-on-Y. For the offshore services, we have record the high backlog still at 814 million USD, and the revenue was reported at will be recognized at 453 million US dollar, which we expect to recognize in the next year. For this quarter, the offshore services report net profit to TTA at 22 million baht. For the next core business is agro business segment. It reported net profit to TTA at 31 million baht with a gross profit margin at 17%. So compared to the last year, the gross profit margin improved because last year it were at 13%, and compared to last quarter, the GP was at 15%. So let's look at consolidated financial statement next. At this quarter, TTA reported the revenue in total of 8.7 billion baht, increased 34% Y-on-Y. The reason why the revenue increase are mainly from offshore services and shipping segment. For the gross profit, we reported at 1.65 billion baht, which increased % Y-on-Y. EBITDA was at 1.01 billion baht, slightly decreased 1% Y-on-Y. The net profit, we reported loss 1.08 billion, mainly due to the FX loss of 1.4 billion. I just want to emphasize here because the dollar baht fluctuate a lot, and because of the dollar depreciation, and we do have the transaction lending or the loan to subsidiary that we book in USD. So once the dollar depreciate, this will incur the FX loss. The exchange rate that we record at the end of the quarter was 32.3 level. While if you notice that the dollar baht has rebounded to the current rate was at 34.6 today. So if you worry about the next quarter, I feel like we should expect a recovery of FX gain in the next quarter. So in conclusion, if we exclude the FX loss, which is like a non-cash transaction, TTA will still report a net profit of 345 million baht. Move next to the financial position. We still maintain liquidity of cash under management of 9.1 billion baht. The DE ratio and the net IBD is still below 1.0, and in average of the set, the DE level is more than 1 times, about 1.2 times. So our leverage is very, very low. In addition, we still maintain net cash inflow from the operating activities in amount of 1.9 billion baht. Let's move to the analysis of each core performance of each segment. Let's start at the shipping business. So if we look at the net market Supramax freight rate average of USD 13,815 per day in this quarter, decreased 4% Y-on-Y and 1% Q-on-Q. The TTA net TCE is slightly lower than the Supramax, the market rate, about 1%. This quarter, there were about 8 vessels that required dry dock, and this impact our routing management because it would be limited when the vessel have finished the dry dock. So we cannot control that into the route that have a high TCE route. But for the next quarter, we expect only 3 vessels. So decrease from the 8 vessels this quarter. So it means that our improvement in terms of routing on the high TCE rate would be better management. The net TCE rate increased 13% Y-on-Y, decreased 9% Q-on-Q to US 13,668 per day. The on-fleet continue have a high utilization rate at 99.6%. Okay, and for the shipping OPEX, it was at 4.5K per day, which below the industry OPEX about 30%. The break-even cost was at 8.7K per day, which resulted to shipping net profit margin at around 36%. So at the quarter end, in summary, shipping segment, we own 24 vessels consisting of 22 Supramax and 2 Ultramax with an average size of 55K deadweight ton and the average age of 16.5 years. Move to the next core business, which is the offshore services. Next page, please. For decommissioning and T&I contribute the highest revenue at 56% compared to the total revenue, followed by the second highest would be from the subsea RIM segment at 33%. Decommissioning and T&I revenue significantly increased around 200% Y-on-Y due to the new project that we have in the Gulf of Thailand. For the subsea IRM revenue in Thai baht, maybe see a little bit slight decrease Y-on-Y, like about 1%. This is due to the dollar depreciation, like I mentioned before. But if we analyze the offshore service, because the functional currency is in US dollar, but the US dollar revenue remains steady Y-on-Y. So it's just like dollar baht effect impact slightly. The subsea IRM vessel utilization rate still high at 87%. For the cable lay, revenue increased 75% Y-on-Y with no vessel dry docking in this period. So in conclusion, the offshore services report revenue at baht 5.3 billion, which increased 74%. The gross profit report at 576 million, decreased around 11% Y-on-Y with a gross profit margin average of 11%. This is mainly because we expect a thin margin from the new decommissioning and T&I project, which contributes significantly about 56% of our revenue. So the thin margin may impact the gross profit in overall. For the offshore, we also report EBITDA at 404 million baht, decreased 22% Y-on-Y, and a net profit to TTA at 22 million baht, decreased 84%. And the reasons why it decreased 84%, the mainly impact is due to the FX loss of 94 million baht due to the USD depreciation. Okay, so next, move to the next business, which is agrochemical. The total fertilizer sale volume was at 43.7K ton, which decreased 24% Y-on-Y. From the total volume, 88% mainly sell within the domestic market, while 12% were the export. For the formula we sell the most is still we're at NPK fertilizer, which is our, maintain our highest sold product, which is account more than 70% of the total sale. The service income from the factory management grew 27% Y-on-Y to 36% million baht this quarter. Move to the financial performance. For the agrochemical revenue reported at 959 million baht, decreased 20% Y-on-Y. But despite the lower revenue, I want to emphasize on the gross profit performance because the gross profit increased to 165 million baht, which we still managed to increase 9% Y-on-Y. This is because that we can control the cost and we achieved a higher gross profit margin at 17% compared to the last year at the same period. The gross profit margin were at 13%. In line with the gross profit, the EBITDA also increased for the agrochemical segment. The EBITDA increased around 21% Y-on-Y to 86 million baht. In conclusion, the net profit from the agrochemical to TTA was at 31 million baht, increased 30% Y-on-Y. Okay, just want to grab a few performance on the food and beverage and the other business here. The Pizza Hut, we still maintain, the outlet expansion. The outstanding outlet were at 189. We opened new store this quarter, while for Taco Bell, under the same Yum brand franchising, we have 30 outlet outstanding and one new outlet open at Pratu Tha Pae in Chiang Mai, which is a very good landmark for the tourist area. For the AIM, which is a company of water management, we have a strong backlog at 304 million baht at this end. Next section, I would like to welcome Kun Katharat, our group CFO, who will share the market outlook perspective for shipping segment and for the offshore services.
Okay, thank you ครับคุณอัจฉริยา although we are in investment holding company, we are doing many businesses, but of course that today I would like to highlight the two main business, shipping and offshore, which total revenue is about 80% of the groups. Okay, for this slide that we talk about the shipping market outlook, which is riding for the wave of opportunity. For the third quarter this year, the Baltic Supermax Index averaged 1,320 points, a significant rise from 912 points last year. This growth that is driven from a strong dive-out demand and shipping route chain from the Red Sea and Panama Canal. The Supermax freight rate reaches a record-breaking 15,252 per day in a quarter, with an average throughout the quarter $14,542 US dollar per day. Next page, please. Looking forward, dive-out trade is set to grow by 5.2% ton miles in year 2024, and then driven by grain export 4% increase, thanks to better performance in Ukraine and US. Iron ore trade increased 3.2% as China import recovery. Minor bulk expect to increase 2.8%. Coal trade plan to increase 1.4%, supported by the steel industry rebound and China steady imports. Next page, please. Okay. From this two graph, the new ship orders are very low, only 10% of fleet capacity due to uncertainty in ship design and emission regulations. Fleet expansion is expected to grow about 3.1% in year 2024, and then showing slightly in the following year. Next. Okay. This graph showing demand and supply dynamics. In year 2025 and 2024, demand growth is expected to slow, but for our Supermax chips, which we carry most of the minor bulk trades, demand and supply trend should closely mirror for between year 2024 and year 2025. In short, stability is on the horizon. Next. Okay. Why TTA is world-class and leader in shipping? We are not just only a ship owner, we also charter vessel to provide a flexibility of time and voyage charter to our clients. And then our in-house management team for both onshore and offshore. Unlike competitor in relying on the third party, for example, they have like the chartering team, they put the vessel into the pool, or they use the service of the third party ship management. Our in-house keep our cost 18% lower than the industry as an average. We consistently outperform the market, which better earning per ship which is TCE rate. In year 2024, that we expect that the market perform by 18%, and we exceed 18% for the 9 months. And then we are proud to rank that we are only the shipping company that top 5 globally for 6 consecutive years in terms of day rate per day per ship or TCE. Next, please. Okay. The offshore market outlook is still into the opportunities. And then in year 2025 projections, oil and gas are forecasted to average about $78 per barrel. And then thanks to rising demand and declining stock price. And then investment in oil and gas are on the rise. The Middle East and Africa market are expected to grow by 7.7% annually through year 2032. And then the North Sea and Gulf of Thailand offering exciting opportunities for decommissioning of the old platform. Next. And then this slide shows that our order book strength. Our robust backlog total 814 million, with 126 million to be realized in Q4 of this year, and then 453 million in year 2025, and then 235 million in year 2026. Next, please. Okay. TTA sustainability. This is to create a greener for the tomorrow. And sustainability is a core of what we do. We have established dedicated committee for governance and sustainability, ensuring all our operations are ethical and eco-conscious. We have earned an AA ESG rating and a 5-star corporate governance ranking for 5 straight years. And then our impactful initiative. Next. Okay. And then partner with Thailand Vocational Education Commission to train a new generation of skilled workers. We donate to revamp a school library in Chiang Mai, providing books, equipment, and even lunch for students to inspire a love for learning. And then we have contributed 500,000 Thai baht to the Thai Red Cross for relief effort. In conclusion, that for a bright horizon, for the core business from shipping and offshore innovation, and as well as that we are expanding in other new business. To our unwavering commitment to sustainability, TTA commit for success with a clear vision, efficient strategies, and a passion for making a difference. We are navigating toward a prosperous of sustainable future. And then let's keep the momentum going.
Okay, the session has come to an end. So on behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, I would like to thank you investors and corporate for joining the conference. We look forward to welcoming you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับ ส
Thank
วัสดี
you
ครับ
for